If you're thinking about buying a single family home in the Manalapan, New Jersey area, stick around. I got just a video for you. Today we're checking out two different neighborhoods in the southern and northern part of Manalapan, Nob Hill and Yorktowne. And we're going to go over the differences between the two, the school district, the amenities like the shopping and dining, and all that kind of stuff. Before we get started, if it is your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. And on the Live in Central Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you're the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to stick around, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this video started. So to kick us off, we're actually going to be located in Nob Hill right now. This will be the one that's in the southern part of Manalapan, more off of Route 33 versus Route 9, but we'll kind of get to all those differences later. In terms of this development, it was built in the 1990s, early 2000s, and it's not just single family homes, it's actually going to be condos and townhomes mixed in here, so it's all in one pretty much. You're going to be living on a golf course too. If you want to see the condos, I did a different video on this for less than $500,000 in Manalapan, versus obviously this one's just going to be less than $1 million. So today we're just focusing on these single family homes here, as you can kind of see behind me. The majority are going to look like that, so you're going to have the two-car garages in front, anywhere between about 4 and 5 beds, 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. So the models change a little bit. Price points wise, about $700,000 to $900,000, give or take a little bit there. And anything else, 2.5 plus baths usually. So they are pretty standard homes. I would say one of the downsides is a little bit close together in terms of just proximity from one another. So you're going to be a little bit on top of your neighbor. I'd probably want it a little bit different if I want to purchase it at that price point. But again, great neighborhood, being on the golf course. And of course, to take care of different things here, certain like landscape and maintenance stuff. You're going to have a pool, I think the tennis courts as well, basketball courts. So it's an overall really solid development. So in terms of commuting to work, you can actually get to either Philadelphia or New York City pretty easily from this location, which is probably one of the prime spots a lot of people want to move to this area. So if you want to go to Philadelphia, the easiest one would just be taking Route 33 and heading out west until you hit the New Jersey Turnpike. That's probably about 10-15 minutes from here, and then using that to go south until you get into that Pennsylvania area or whatever route you have to take to get into Philly. Then if you want to go north into New York City, if you're driving, you actually do the exact same route I just mentioned. Instead of going south on the Turnpike, though, you'd head north. That's probably about an hour and a half-ish, kind of just depending on the traffic that day. If you want to take public transportation, though, there is no train in this area. You'd actually have to take the bus. The best route from here, in my opinion, would probably be driving Route 33 and going east and heading into Freehold Raceway Mall. They have a parking ride over there, so you just go bring your vehicle, buy a parking pass for the month, park it there, take the bus into New York City. So again, probably about the same time frame as driving yourself, maybe a little extra delay just because of the depending on when you get there for the bus and that kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, Philadelphia, New York City, very easily. In terms of amenities and just shops in general, Manalapan has pretty much everything you could possibly need, and you're also close to the Freehold border from here too. So if you want to just dip into Freehold, that's also a possibility as well. You are close to the Freehold Raceway Mall, which is better than being in the northern part of Manalapan. So you have all those like 200 plus stores there. And then Route 33 is getting built up a little bit more than what it used to be, but it's not nearly as much as some other parts, especially along Route 9 in Manalapan. So I guess that's maybe one of the downsides to it. But again, a little bit of give and take on that too. But overall, really great location. And if you want to get to the beach, this will probably be better than living in other parts of Manalapan, because Route 33 goes, if you take that all the way out east, heads right to the Jersey Shore. So you're talking Asbury Park, Belmar, Avon, and all those kind of locations. So really excellent spot to be, at least in my opinion. As we make the halfway point in the video, guys, before we take a tour of the neighborhood real quick, if you're looking to move to the Manalapan area, buying or selling, feel free to reach out. All my contact information will be in the comments and description. So call, text, email, whatever works best for you, works best for me. Let's get on to the tour. So moving on to our second neighborhood of the day, and that's going to be Yorktowne. This is going to be located more in the northern part of Manalapan and closer to Route 9, like I mentioned before. This is going to, I'd say the homes in here are built between about the 1960s to 1970s, but many of them obviously have been updated since then. Some maybe not, but the majority of them definitely are going to be. And then in terms of the style of the homes, you'll notice kind of behind me, there, maybe on this side too. You're gonna have different ones. So whereas Nob Hill was going to be your typical just colonial style, here you'll see colonials, but also bi-levels, split levels, some ranches. So it's a little bit more, I would say, maybe character to this development versus what Nob Hill was. Being that's in the northern part of Manalapan as well, you're gonna be closer to Route 9, so a lot of shops and different amenities there. With price points, you're in between about 600 to 900,000 here, but obviously it's going to vary depending on what kind of home that you're going to have, right? So 3 to 5 beds is going to be pretty common around here. 1.5 to maybe up to 3.5 baths. Some are going to have the 2-car attached garages to them. I'd say actually, just leaving looking around, most of them are going to have the 2-car attached garages. Some will have basements, not all the homes will. So just kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of what this neighborhood's looking like. Two other things about the development actually real quick are going to be the square footage of the homes. I forgot to mention that. That's going to be anywhere between 800 or 1,800 on the lower end. That's going to be more your ranch styles, up to about 3,000, maybe even 3,500 for your largest like 5-bedroom homes over here. And then move-in ready price, I did mention between 600 and 900,000, but I'd say move-in ready without having to do any work to it, you're probably close to that 650, 675 mark. If you find something for 600, you're more likely to have to do a little bit, TLC to it and something like that. So commuting wise, getting into New York City or Philadelphia. So Philadelphia's gonna be a little bit more difficult from this area. Just kind of the route you'd have to take to get there. So you're gonna have to add an extra 15 to 20 minutes versus where you have to in Nob Hill. So living in this part of Manalapan, it's gonna be much easier to get into New York City and probably your preferred place to work, I guess, destination to work. You can drive yourself. You can also take the bus too. Driving yourself, just a little bit more flexible versus taking the bus. The bus, there's gonna be plenty of different options along Route 9 to just go to a different stop, park and ride, that kind of thing. You could, I guess, technically take the train. You wouldn't be able to hop on one here in Manalapan per se, but if you drive north up until you hit South Amboy, from there it's about a 50-minute train ride up into Penn Station. So that is a potential option for you. Do with it as you will, but I would say the bus and driving yourself are going to be much easier. Amenities wise, Route 9 is going to be king for you, no doubt about it. They have every food store imaginable, department store. So you got stores like Wegmans. That's a trip if you haven't been to. Absolutely massive. This location too. ShopRite, Costco's technically Marlboro, but not too far away from here. And then big box retailers like Target, Marshalls, and that kind of thing. They'll be along Route 9 too. And if that's not enough for you, the Freeway Raceway Mall is maybe 15 minutes away. So another 200 stores there. School wise, I forgot to mention this with the first one. Both will be a part of the Manalapan-Englishtown School District. So that's grades K through 8. Manalapan High School is actually going to be a part of the Frio Regional High School District. So that's going to be a little bit separate, whereas your child, when they're in 8th grade, can attend something called the Magnet Program, or at least apply to it. If accepted, they'd actually be able to attend any of the 6 high schools in the district. So that goes for Manalapan Marlboro, Frio Township, Frio Borough, Colts Neck, or Howell. So for instance, like Howell has FPEC, which is like dance and the arts. Manalapan has LEPS, Police CBNS. Marlboro's going to be the business school, and your child can go to any of them. If accepted, they'd be districted there, bused there, and if they ever dropped out of the program, they then revert back to just their current high school that they're districted to. It's a very competitive, it looks great on college applications, and one of the major parts about being in the Frio Regional District. Just to recap what we went over so far, there are differences depending on which part of Manalapan you do live in. So if you are in the southern part, it's going to be easier to commute to Philadelphia, versus if you are in the northern part, they're going to be easier to commute to New York City. Depending on which amenities you want, Route 9 is going to be more accessible to someone that's going to be closer to the northern part, or just maybe the eastern border of Manalapan, versus in the southern part would be closer to Route 33, have access to the beaches, the Freeway Raceway Mall easier. So it really all just depends on what you're kind of looking for in general. With that being said though, if you are looking to move to the Manalapan area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. So whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even year out, doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. And if you want to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out the videos popping up and hopefully help out with it too. Have a great day.